Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, divorce can be devastating to the mind, body, spirit, and of course the finances. We'll be talking with a financial advisor who specializes in divorce. Next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, obviously divorce is so painful, it rips apart families. What it also does is sets people back on their heels when it comes to their finances. You're coasting along, you feel like you've got it all figured out, and then suddenly there's divorce papers, and now you don't know where to turn. Many people turn to my next guest, Luke Suminski. He is with Encircle Wealth Advisors. Thanks for coming on the show.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, I want to hear your journey, because you didn't start out in finances. You actually wanted to go into physical therapy.
Mm-hmm. Right off the bat, I wanted to serve people, and physical therapy I thought was going to be the route, because one, like everybody else, loved sports growing up. Yeah. So I wanted to be involved with athletes in that way. But took my first anatomy and physiology course and realized this is maybe not the route I want to go, and 7 years of school didn't sound fun to me.
Wow. Okay, so how did you get introduced to financial services?
Yeah, so in college, one of my professors actually sat me down and said, Luke, I believe finance is actually the route for you. I was decent at math as well, but it was more so the communication style, right? Being able to be personal with people, and also this was stuff that I enjoyed, and he saw that.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about Encircle Wealth. You have a great team. Tell us about what separates you from other teams around the country.
Absolutely. So I chose to come down here because Sam Thornell is our original owner, and he was started this practice 22 years ago, and he was phenomenal at what he does, right? And he really decided to do holistic financial planning, which is a lot different from other advisors. And he decided that we don't need to just talk about investments. We don't need to talk about just insurance. We got to talk about your estate plan, making sure we're talking about future taxes. How can we save money in the future, and do all those things while building you a plan and giving you advice along the way.
Yes.
And he started that 22 years ago with this vision of doing this for the future and getting people to and through retirement, and also doing it for the next generation below them. And so that's why I joined 3 years ago, to make sure that I wanted to go down this route.
And your the mothership, if you will, the broker is Ameriprise, which has a great reputation.
Ameriprise Financial is phenomenal. I mean, they have wonderful planning tools to be able to utilize for our clients. Sure. And also they put financial planning first. And that was what we saw as really the best deal for us, right? Because there's lots of broker dealers out there. Yeah. And Ameriprise Financial really pours into us advisors to make sure that we have the best tools able to use for our clients.
We've got some video from our library of just different divorce scenarios, and I want to talk about this because so many husbands and wives get divorced, and it's not only are they shell-shocked emotionally, but they don't really know where all the money is. They're probably coming to you at a time where they're emotionally wounded, and their head's just not in the right place. Like, they don't know where all the money is.
Mm-hmm. All the time. Absolutely, right? They don't see what's out there, right? And they've really figured out that I might not have as much as I really need in the future. And so that's why they come to us, have that conversation to see what it is we can do with these finances and what it is we can do in the future. Because a lot of clients have figured out, oh, I don't have enough, right? Or they see they're a little bit scared with how much they actually have, or maybe one spouse has been hiding the finances for years.
Sure. Okay. Tell me one of your favorite stories. You don't have to use your client's name.
Yeah, we'll call her Jane Doe, right? Yeah, we'll call her Jane Doe. So I actually was going to a divorce attorney we both know, right? And I was doing a luncheon. We were having a conversation, and she was in the room, right? She comes up to me and said, this is exactly what I need, right? And she understood that what we do for clients is something different than other financial advisors do, or even divorce attorneys do. Sure. And she came to us and said, I need your services. And it was a special time because, one, we were just trying to get in the door, right? As you know, with marketing and trying to get in front of people. Sure. But she came up and said, Luke, what you told us is exactly what I need. And that's one of my most fulfilling stories, because now we've worked for years with her, and it's been just a special time to be able to walk with her through this.
I think that's awesome. We've also got some video of financial services. This doesn't represent you, but let's talk about the industry in general. Different firms have different ways of being compensated. I know that some firms make their money getting people in and out of investments. Tell us, be transparent. How do you make your money?
Yeah, how do we get compensated?
Yeah.
Great question. Right?
Yeah.
And so we start with financial planning. Now, there's usually 3 services or 3 ways a financial advisor gets paid, right? So can be selling them a product, could be selling them investment management, and then third is really financial planning. So obviously the details, we walk with clients through that to show, hey, we're very transparent. I tell you what my fee is so you don't see things coming out of your account, right? So you're not scared of how much am I actually paying Luke, right? But we are different that we do charge for financial planning, right? Not a lot of advisors might tell you that over a podcast or over a show, right? But it is different because instead of paying me hourly, right, and I have a conversation of, don't pay me hourly, you get me for a year. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone. Because we've seen a lot with, emailing an attorney or even calling an attorney. That's an extra $300, $400, right, for you people out there as well, right, to understand it can get expensive. So for us, it's different because you get us for a full year. That means blow up my phone. Yes, the first year I work for minimum wage, right? So sometimes it's not as lucrative as people think, right? Yeah. But it is different because, one, I want to be in people's corner.
Sure.
Right, and I want to make sure that they understand they can give me a call.
Well, I think you also have kind of the heart of a therapist or a pastor, if you will. I know you're a strong Christian. Tell us about how your character, your integrity plays a role in your life.
Yeah, great question. And thank you for asking that, because I think the character comes from, I was raised in a great family. I love my mom and dad, and I got to see that with my dad of this relational side that I try to bring to my clients, right? And he was principal for, I think it was like 24 years, 25 years at a private Christian school. And so at his retirement party, I love this story. I love telling this story because, one, I heard you interviewed your dad, and it was special for you in that moment. And so seeing my father get just all these speeches about him, everything about him, to where I've never seen this before, right? And to have those recordings, I have them still on my phone.
Wow, that's cool.
To be able to watch when I want to. And every single person that came on up said that there was just a level of patience, and it felt special in his room, that they felt calm and they felt loved in that room. And so that, hopefully I got a few genes from him in that way, right? But I would love to play that into my financial planning.
And I know that you're a new dad. How old is your little one?
4 months old.
4 months old.
4 months old. So no sleep at all right now. So, but it's been the greatest joy. It really is. Right? I will give up all my sleep for my son in a heartbeat.
That's awesome. Right. Well, it's good to hear that you're a strong family man as well. So final thoughts. What would you like to leave people with?
I think people need to understand, right? Have somebody in your corner, right? Whether it be a financial advisor, whether it be a counselor, whether it be somebody else, right? Getting yourself from your current situation to your desired destination, right? And understanding that helps to be partnered with somebody, right? Find somebody in your corner. Doesn't have to be me, right? Obviously, I'd love for it to be me, right, at the end of the day, but it's making sure that you have the right people in your corner to take care of you financially, because you don't have to do it alone.
Outstanding. I can see why you're so successful. We're going to end with his website, which is EncircleWealthAdvisors.com. The great Luke Suminski. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.